And he's going to get the first down.
Great throw, Crowder a little out.
To the races, to the 50. Brooks Warren.
Dolphins. Now this is brought all the way back from Miami.
Oh, a big fumble by Allen, and look at the hit. And that's what you got to look forward to sometimes in this game. Way all the way to the end zone. That's what you do, boy. The second at the 12-yard line. Snypz is covered though. Mahomes throws it. Elsie. Madden Extreme family, what is good, everybody? It is your boy Snypz. We are back in the building for yet another game of the week. Here for the Madden Extreme League, and we got the Broncos taking on the Raiders. Lucy sitting currently at 1-2, taking on Shoto. He's sitting at 1-2 as well. Division matchup, we should say, right here on Snypz TV. And again, guys, thank you so much for tuning in, as it is that time to get to some game of the week action. We are locked, we are loaded, we are ready to go with this game. But, you know, first things first, guys. First things first. So, you obviously see that we're in the virtual studios. You guys have seen this studio before. But I don't know. I am not sure if my guy Night Scream has seen this before. So we're going to introduce Night Scream here first and find out, number one, if he's been a part of this before. We don't see him here on the screen yet because I'm an idiot and I didn't put him on here yet. But guess what? I'm going to put him on right about now, so now you can see his beautiful face. My man Scream, what's good, brother?
You know, it's funny. I said it the other day. We always deal with technical difficulties, and here we are again.
Hey, you know what? That's my fault. That's my fault on that, because you remember I had to give you another call, but I didn't put you back in.
Yeah. Things happen, man. Chat was good. Madden Extreme was good.
Yeah.
Jack Boy's good to see you, my fam. My fam was good.
Man. So it's that time, guys. Again, so this game was actually scheduled to go a little bit later, but both of these guys were actually able to get home a little bit earlier, so we went back to the normal time at 6:15. But a big announcement here today, Scream, and me and you will talk afterwards as well too. I'm sure it'll be good with you because Tuesdays is good for you. But but they will be moving on from 6:15. They will be moving on to actually 10:15 on Tuesday nights, because everybody in their leagues, they have a work schedule issue, pretty much, with the 6:15 situations. Okay. So after this game here, they'll be moving on to 10:15, but still Tuesday nights. They ain't going nowhere Tuesday nights, but it'll just be at 10:15. But hey, we got a packed house here every Tuesday night here on Snypz TV. So, to cap off the night with Scream, as long as he's available, you can't ask for nothing better than that. Can't ask for nothing better than that, man. So before we get to this game, let's talk Scream real quick. So both of these guys sit currently at 1-2. So a little bit of a struggle for both of these guys. So what do you expect to see out of this ball game between these guys?
You know, I think Jack Boys is going to be watching real close. I'm actually going to take Lucy to lose because he's talking trash about the Falcons in the chat. I'm gonna let him slide. I'm gonna be nice. I'm gonna just take him to lose the game. That's the evil I'm gonna bring out. But, you know, being with one win within your division already as we go into week 4 is always a good thing. One thing I always tell myself, or when I was a coach to younger players and youth, you take everything 1 week at a time, man.
Yeah.
And that same motto goes for both Lucy and Shoto. Take this 1 week at a time. Right now, you're 0-0. That one win doesn't matter until this game is over with and you're going forward to get to the playoffs. If I'm the Denver Broncos, I try to set that run game up with Javonte Williams and Melvin Gordon. Make sure Rock gets some confidence to run the play action, get Cortland Sutton open, get Jerry Jeudy open. If injuries are off, get Tim Patrick open as well. And if I'm the Raiders, I trust my defense. Unfortunately, today, Trayvon Mullen got traded to the Arizona Cardinals.
Yeah.
But him and Rock Ya-Sin are a very good Madden duo. I play with them all the time.
Yeah.
I think we're in for a good one. We're not going to see a blowout by any means, but, you know, these are two teams with good offenses and not so great defenses. You know, Pat Surtain on the defensive side, covered by Justin Simmons. But that Broncos LB core is kind of shaky. Bradley Chubb is a pass rusher, not really a cover guy. And then on the Raider side of things, Chandler Jones is an X factor, and we're going to call his name a lot today, I feel like.
Yeah. I got to fit. You know what? You brought up a great point, man, with Chandler Jones, man. And he's a Madden he's a beast in Madden.
He's disrespectful.
Yes, he is.
I mean, last year he started off with 5 sacks in 2 games and was on his way to pretty much winning DPOY, and then he fell off. But I mean, you know, that's what happens when you play in Arizona. You're not going to do good.
Man, I mean, it's unfortunate in that situation with him, but nonetheless, man, he's definitely a Madden beast, and he's somebody I'm definitely going to be looking. You know, he's going to be my X factor for the Raiders, to be honest with you, on the defensive side. So that's a guy that,
for sure.
You know what I'm saying, that I'm definitely going to be looking and keying into throughout this entire game. But we're going to go ahead and let these guys know to go ahead and start this game up. I'm ready for this game. So who you got winning this? So you got the Broncos winning this ball game.
I do not have the Broncos winning. I am going to take the former of Oakland Raiders.
Okay.
I still call them Oakland at times, but I'm going to go with Vegas, man.
Okay.
I think Derek Carr has the ability. I don't know if Shoto's a good user or not, but I'm going to go off my instincts in loving the Raiders for Madden this year as a great team. Devontae Adams, now I will say this. If Lucy has Pat Surtain going field to field with Devontae Adams, it's going to be interesting to see how that matchup plays out, if he can get double me going.
Yeah.
And it's going to be very interesting because the X factor on offense for the Raiders is always going to be Hunter Renfrow.
Oh, yeah.
He might be slow, but we said the same thing about Wes Welker. We said the same thing about Julian Edelman. And you see what Belichick did with those guys. And Josh McDaniels is a product of Bill Belichick, so you know that knowledge is going there, man.
Exactly.
I'm just ready for a good game. Let's get into it.
Well, we're about to get into it right now, guys, as kickoff is about to be underway. Big shout out again to everybody vibing with us here for this game of the weekend. Here we go. Kickoff underway. And it looks like here the Broncos are going to start off with the football. So, Scream, so I'll tell you what, you know, it's not the craziest stats here right now, but obviously he's starting off here with this man, Russell Wilson, and he should be special at the second you actually, whenever the thing pops up. This thing likes to freeze up sometimes with the technical difficulties, but there you go. There's the guy right there, Russell Wilson.
Big Russ in the building. Broncos country. Let's ride.
Oh, my gosh.
You know, you gotta get that X Factor running gun going, man. Again, no more escape artist. So he's coming out in the old school unis. Nice touch by Lucy here, man, to come out with that. Coming out in that I-form set. 1 tight end, 2 receivers, 2 running backs. Runs that stretch left. Great blocking. Oh, my God. The dive tackle would have saved the touchdown. Now, like I said earlier, Javonte Williams, you get him going, he opens up the rest of the game for the Broncos.
And let's see if he continues to open this game up here. 2nd down and 2 here now at the 33-yard line. Just a little over 10 seconds going through in the game here. But, you know, if you ask me who I think is going to win this game, I got a feeling Lucy's going to end up winning this game here. So we're splitting that one up here today as the Broncos will get the first down on the play there. And he's got this man, Javonte Williams. He is the starter, and he's a solid back as well, too, here in Madden.
Definitely so. You know, a couple of years ago, Philip Lindsay was the guy, and then Javonte Williams and Melvin Gordon happened. And Philip Lindsay is no longer in the league right now. He was cut today by the Colts. So it's going to be interesting to see, you know, as he comes out in this 11 personnel, 1 tight end, 1 running back with a toss. He's going to look to set the run game up and get the Raiders out of position. And what I mean by that is when you set these runs up back to back to back, eventually you make that mistake and you send a run-heavy defense, and he's passing the ball, and then you can't do anything about it. Now, if Cortland Sutton gets a deep post route or Jerry Jeudy hits a comeback route, he's going to be able to get him off off par because he's not going to set his corners up to be able to defend that kind of pass play.
Exactly here. And you got to understand a reason, too, why you use a lot of Javonte Williams. The man has 94 break tackle. He doesn't have a tremendous amount of speed. We get a halfback screen here by Gordon, and Gordon will get down to the 44-yard line. That'll be a manageable 3rd down and 2 here. But using Javonte Williams the way he's been using him so far, again, 88 speed running back. But, you know, the fact that he has that break tackle, he's able to actually get those tough yards constantly, and obviously slowing the game down with the run game. And he's got him back here yet again, and I'm sure he's probably going to get the ball here again here on the 3rd down and 2. Again, 94 break tackle, should get it, but this time he can't break it, and it's going to be a loss of 1 on a play, and a big time 4th down and 3 coming up right here.
That was one of those things where I mentioned he should have passed the ball. He is comfortable in his run game, which is definitely a good thing. But we mentioned it from the get-go. Chandler Jones is going to be the X factor for that Raiders defense. As you can clearly see, he's now in the zone. So Shoto can play a little bit looser on defense. It looked like he has D-Jack still trying to go all the way around and ends up getting a touchback pretty much to the 24. But if I had to call it, now when he gets back on offense, Lucy, that is, you have to be able to pass the ball a little bit more. You showed him what you can do with your halfbacks, but it's time to open that playbook up and get your receivers involved.
Indeed here. Let's see what happens here this first time around as this man is coming out here. Derek Carr, 362 yards, 3 touchdowns, 4 picks in the regular season so far as he comes out here 1st and 10 here at the 24-yard line. Coming out in the gun bunch here. He's going to hand it off here to Drake, and he's still got Kenyon Drake on the squad here. He's been cut in real life, but he gets a yard on the play here, and a 2nd down and 9 here with 5:30 remaining here in the 1st.
I don't know, and I don't wish no bad on anybody that plays running back or plays football in general, but it looked like Kenyon Drake lost a tire right there. Am I tripping? He blew a tire right there.
Yeah,
he's on the rim.
Yeah, he definitely did right there. 2nd down and 9 coming out in the gun set here yet again. He's got DA there in that slot play action pass here, and he's covering him, but decides to give it there to OBJ, and he'll get the 1st down on the play, and that'll bring it down to the 38-yard line, and a new set of downs here for Shoto here on this drive.
Oh, you gave the Raiders Odell Beckham Jr. That's a great play call to go underneath as he expected the X factor of Devontae over top. Great way to get underneath and make him the better receiver, but go to a also great receiver who can get the job done. And he runs a read option with Derek Carr, has some space, gets past one guy, gets past another, tiptoes out of bounds at the 40-yard line. You are in Broncos territory. Nice play call here by Shoto.
That was a fantastic play call. We'll get back to that replay if he gets a score here, that's for sure. But a 1st and 10 here at the 40, that might have been the best play of this drive here so far. But a 1st and 10 at the 40 here with 4:14 left. Coming out here in the gun set again here. Great usage so far by every part of the offense so far here by Shoto. Again, it's only been a few plays here. 3-yard gain on that last play. 2nd down to 7 here. But again, a great job here by Shoto on his first drive, already in field goal range. And Lucy's going to have a hard time if he could not get a stop on this offense. I think this first drive is going to be really crucial here for Shoto. But again, Lucy has an opportunity here if he could get a stop, but right now it just does not look good thus far. And he's going to hit it with another play action here, but the defense almost gets in there, and T. Higgins will get a big catch right there, and that is huge for a big-time 1st down for Shoto.
Into the red zone, and I was just going to mention T. Higgins next on my list because I didn't see Hunter Renfrow. Great trade to get another big body receiver. T. Higgins is about 6'4", 235. Very big body. We saw what he did in the Super Bowl, even though it was pass interference. It counted, though. It was a touchdown. It counted. You know, the Rams got their payback, and they just due for what the Saints didn't get a couple of years ago. And, you know, it's screw the Aints.
That's a beautiful play right there, but Beckham is covered and smothered on that one, and that's a loss. Actually no gain on the play. That'll bring it now to a 2nd down and 10, and it looks like he needs to change some things up here. He's having a little bit of a struggle here for a moment. But nonetheless, but you know what? Actually, you know what? Let's do this. As a matter of fact, let's make sure that you know, that everybody, well, actually, he's going back to the game now because I was just about to say I was gonna put it back on us for a moment, but not even gonna bother doing that now. You know what I mean? But a 2nd down to 10 here now at the 13-yard line, and I tell you, on this particular drop, I really like what Shoto is doing, man. He's keeping everything just dead even between the run and the pass right now. I like what he's doing, running the football with Carr, kind of setting the tone already for this game. And I think it's interesting, too, that we are seeing a lot of Devontae Adams in the slot position. He doesn't want him to be bumped at all. And I think if he starts getting success with it, man, watch out. Shoto might blow this guy out of the water here in this game.
One thing that Lucy needs to change up a little bit on the defensive end, as he was doing on that depth chart, you're coming two defensive linemen down, leaving your outside linebackers too wide. It's always great to run a wide nine when you get a chance, or at least space them out just a little bit, but that opens the run lanes, and that's where you see Shoto is taking advantage. He's getting the audibles ready. He says, oh, I have a run lane. Well, if you give it, I'm going to take it, and that's what's got him down here in the red zone with a 3rd down and 4 to go.
And here we go, 3rd down and 4, as you stated, and a nice route. That is caught. That'll get them a big 1st down on the play. Take a look at this one. This was a beautiful play right here, and an even better catch.
One thing we said a couple of games ago, that zig route is doing numbers this year in Madden. Hunter Renfrow is one of the best route runners in the entire NFL, definitely one of the better receivers in Madden this year. When you get that zig route from that slot position or that inside position, you're definitely going to win those more often than not, unless you play that flat zone rather than man.
So 1st and goal here now at the 2-yard line. He's going to hand it straight up the middle here, but a good stop here by the defense on Josh Jacobs here. That's going to bring it now to a 2nd down and goal. Again, you talked about Hunter Renfrow. Again, a guy that, the wide receiving core that Shoto has on this team. I didn't even know he had T. Higgins. I didn't even realize that. I looked at the statistics earlier, but I completely forgot that he had T. Higgins. Adding T. Higgins to this team, there's no reason this man should be 1 and 2, to be quite honest with you. With this first drive right now, I'm trying to understand why he's 1 and 2 with the type of offense that he has here. And he's going to hand it off here to Dawson Knox, as he's got Knox on the team too, but he can't get anything on the play. And that's going to be a 3rd down and goal now here at the 2-yard line.
I think the craziest thing is when you have an offense like this where you have so many weapons, sometimes you get in your own head and you overthink who do you want to get the ball to. So one play it might be DeMonte, another play to be Odell, another play as we get a touchdown with Josh Jacobs on the counter run. That was a beautiful cutback on that inside zone. You have to think to yourself, and sometimes you do overthink. Okay, is Adams open? Is Knox open? Is OBJ open? Is D-Jax open? He has a very large amount of receivers, a big balance between size and speed, and that's what's going to be the key difference here. And as I said, Pat Surtain is the only Broncos corner who can cover all these guys. You need more bodies.
He definitely need more bodies right now. And the Broncos, a little bit of a struggle, but it is early in this ball game here. 7-0 Shoto now here in the Madden Extreme Game of the Week here on Snypz TV. My boy Scream is in the building. Again, I'm your boy Snypz. We appreciate y'all once again coming through and tuning in. A lot of fun here already, and we are only in the 1st quarter. A little bit of action here early between both teams, but a good first drive here by Shoto. Now so let's see what Lucy could do here on the 2nd attempt here. 1st and 10 at the 25. Had to punt the first goal around here. And let's see as he comes out here to gun set wide here, and Wilson is going to roll out. He runs right into the sack. That is a terrible play there. And who did we talk about earlier? That man, Chandler Jones, big-time sack, a loss of 14, Scream.
It's interesting that, we mentioned Lucy getting into the pass game. He set up an out route. He set up a streak. And then he set up that slant, but that slant didn't get open. And like I mentioned before, this is one of those Maddens as we go into the 2nd quarter with a score 7-0 for the Raiders. This is one of the Maddens you have to be able to step up into that pocket and not drift backwards.
Yes.
I am guilty as all get out when it comes to that drift back. But you have to become better at stepping into the pocket, even if they do a QB contain. You have Russell Wilson. Step up, run.
Agreed right there. Agreed. Again, he's not as speedy as he used to be in Madden, but he's still very effective in rushing the football if it is necessary. And you definitely have to use him if it is necessary. It's not somebody that you use on a regular basis here. But here we go now. 2nd down and 24 here. He's got a long set of yards here to get here, and he's back for the pass here yet again. He's going to throw the quick drag there, Koué Bunam, and he will get down to the 19-yard line. So a third down and long coming up here. What do you expect out of this third down and long play?
He has to set up something like a verticals play or a deep outs. You got to get to that first down marker and make the corners bite. If it was me and I was in this position, play action deep outs is always a great play. Everybody knows it. Everybody runs it. You get your X or your Z to the outside. You get your slot to the inside and try to beat cover 4, cover 2 here. He is running what looks to be the seam divide. The seam is not covered. He's going to get the catch. Oh, it gets broken up at the last second. 4th and 16.
And he's got to punt the football here again. We'll go back to that replay, but it looked like it was almost right there. You know what, guys? I'll tell you what. That is the difference in QBs. When you talk about the QBs in Madden 23, and let's see what we're talking about here. When we go back to the replay here, Scream, and you can agree with me or not, up to you. You let me know. But if this right here was a Josh Allen 99 throw power, that ball is in there, and that's a first down.
It definitely is, and I also think with that pass, if he threw it a little bit earlier, because he got behind the linebacker, like it was done for, like he got behind him.
Yeah.
The minute he got behind the linebacker, you make the pass, it's probably completed, but that split second of waiting takes it right out of his hands, gets the pass breakup or the PBU, and we're back with Raiders football, 1st and 10.
So here we go, 1st and 10 here at the 36-yard line. Got to get it here to Kenyon Drake, and Drake is going to take off, and he will get down to the 45-yard line. Carr in the day, 5 for 5 so far. Got a 9-yard gain on that play. 2nd down and 1 here with about 7 minutes remaining. And a very interesting first half here for the Raiders so far. Again, driving the ball up the field with no problems whatsoever so far, and just no F's given. Basically, he's just running all over the place. But Jacobs, this time he's stuffed. And now it's going to be a 3rd down and 1. There's no gain on the play there whatsoever. So a big 3rd and 1 play here for the Denver defense. I'm not even going to say here for Shoto and his offense. This is more for Lucy and his defense. He's got to get something going here on 3rd down and 1.
It's like I said earlier, when you come out in this nickel 2-4 set, used to be 2-4-5. They took the 5 out. I don't know why. But you're giving the run up, and you're banking on this user passing. That time, because it was an RPO alert, it allowed him to get in between that guard and that center and get that tackle for loss. But now he still is able to go underneath, and it may not, but they will give him the first down, and Carr is now 6 for 6. But you have to be able to guard that run and still guard that pass. Nickel trap 2 is one of my favorite plays this year, this game. What I like to do personally, I'll give away some game for everybody who runs this. That nickel corner that blitzes, you man him up on the running back, or you man him up on the slot receiver, or you keep him in that flat zone and you take away the underneath route instead of letting him blitz. Could have been a different story.
Oh, there you go. That gets Dawson Knox right off a straight seam route, and that's a big first down here. That's a guy that he added to this team that's a perfect addition, is getting a guy like Dawson Knox on this squad, man. He's a great receiver, a great blocker in general, and again, a great addition to this Raiders team. And this guy's definitely going to help him in the running game on a regular basis. I mean, I play with the Bills a lot, and he definitely helps out the running game with his blocking. He's a fantastic tight end in this game, and I definitely enjoy using him here. But we come out here with a 1st and 10. Hits it off here to Drake, and a nice cut by Drake. He'll get the first down on the play. Now officially in the danger zone at the 11-yard line.
I think we can't undersell the fact that the pass rush got there, but Kenyon Drake being wide open and he's not guarding that underneath route. Carr's now 8 for 8 with 5 yards away from a 100-yard game so far. Like Jack Boy said, he's taking his time. He's not making any forces. He's taking what the defense is giving. Some of us like to be a little too risky and take the deeper shots or the mid-range shots instead of just play football. Shoto is doing what most users do not do, and that's play football.
Indeed, you are absolutely right here. And again, big shout out to my guy Jack Boys. I haven't put up any chats just yet, but I'm gonna start putting a little bit of them up here and there. And big shout out to all you guys again here chatting here in the chat. Appreciate you guys' support and appreciate your viewership for sure here for this game of the week. And a corner route right there, and that is picked off. And you talked about him before the game started. Patrick Surtain II getting it done here for Denver, and Lucy gets a big defensive stop.
I like how he broke on the ball right there. The first incompletion on the day for Derek Carr is actually a completion. Pat Surtain, the second. His dad was a great corner for the Dolphins. Definitely put some of that power into his son. If I was Lucy, I would not have come out the end zone, however, but jitters are there. You're down 7-0. You got to make something shake, but you're in a rough position, and you don't get put into a safety now, and you do get some room to work with a 2-yard gain, 2nd and 7.
So 2nd and 7 here now at the 3-yard line. Again, a great defensive stop right there. It maintains just a 7-point lead here. That is a stop that Lucy might have needed to get back into this ball game. Again, he is struggling on the offensive side. He is deep in his side of the field here right now, and I'm wondering at this point what he thinks he can do, because it just seems like he's a little bit timid, with any type of offense right now. He's not even a little bit timid. He's very timid right now, and he's in a situation again where he's by his end zone. So this is going to be difficult for him and his psyche here. But he's got him open. He overthrows him. He overthrows a Koi Bunam, and he gets a pick six for a big time touchdown.
I don't know if Russ saw future or he lost Sierra in a dream right there, but Trayvon Moore just right player, right position, right time. And there's nothing you can say that's not really Lucy's fault. Russ has to make a better throw.
That's all that was right there. Take a look at this throw. He's got a Koi Bunam wide open. Where are you throwing the football? That is just utterly ridiculous.
What's even crazier, the reticle was closer to Albert O than it was to the defender. So for it not to be a catch was really weird. And the reticle's right there. Like on the replay, you can see the reticle was perfectly there. That's one you wish you had back for sure, but there's nothing you can do about that one.
Wow. That's a tough situation right there. So it is now officially a 14-0 game, and that's rough. That's just rough right there. That he had the perfect pass and couldn't do anything with it, unfortunately. But a 1st and 10 here now at the 25-yard line. Gets the ball back here. Russ has got to maintain his position as a good quarterback here. He gets a couple good blocks here and a nice little undercut stick there. Gets about a 4-yard gain on a play, and that'll be a 2nd down and 6. So a 2nd and 6 here now at the 29-yard line. And now coming under center. Still got Williams there in the backfield. Again, Williams, big-time runner. Let's see if he's going to hand it to him. Decides to throw it to the left there on the RPO action. Breaks a tackle with Patrick, and Patrick will go down at the 45. Big gain on the play, and that'll be a big 1st and 10 right here.
Yeah, like I mentioned earlier, Tim Patrick has to be an X factor for this game. You have 3 good receivers. Patrick in real life towards ACL, unfortunately. But you have to start getting the passing game going. If he knows you're going to run the ball, he's going to play the same consistent defense and not allow you to do anything. But you have to come up with some different kind of schemes, get your receivers open on the short routes and get you some confidence and not force anything else going forward, because it seems like Russ is not really in his own favor right now. He's in his own head. So like you mentioned that timidness earlier, he has to just calm it down, take his time, and find open guys instead of making forced passes.
Indeed. And we get ready to hit the 2-minute warning in this one. Again, guys, thank you so much for tuning in as we right now have a 14-0 game here in the Madden Extreme Week 4 Game of the Week here on Snypz TV. My boy Scream in the building. I'm your boy Snypz. Again, thank y'all so much for being a part. Appreciate the viewership indeed. And make sure you guys are following Night Scream TV on Twitch. Make sure you guys are following him as well too. He's going to be having some games for the AGS League on Wednesday nights. Going to be a lot of fun to check those out for sure. I cannot wait to see some of those games. Even if I can't see him live because I'm doing a game, I'm definitely tuning in right after. I'm eating a sandwich. I'm going to get a hoagie, something. I'm definitely going to be tuning into those games after the fact if I have to. But if it's live and I can do it, I am there indeed. But a 3rd down and 5 coming up here right now. Here, Cortland Sutton in motion right now. Goes right to the right side there of Jerry Jeudy. And Koi Bunam, the tight end, back for the pass here on the play action. Drag's not open, and Jeudy cannot get the catch. He tries to get it there, but a great late break up there, and that's going to be a 4th down and 5. And once again, Lucy has to punt the football out, Scream.
It's interesting that he did that because if you run the replay, he actually had his man open right over the middle behind the linebackers. No question about it. Like I said, you have to just calm it down and read your offense. You do want to force to your playmakers. That's dope. That's cool. But when you look back at it, the middle was open.
Yeah.
He gave you the middle. You have to take what is given to you in order to win football games.
Yep. Agreed. And we'll go back to that replay in just a moment here because I definitely want to show that to everybody because I didn't hit the button, but I'm still able to go back. so I got you on that. We're going to go back to that to kind of give these guys a little bit of schooling in the situation here. But again, this is something that is very important for you guys to take a look at here as Jacobs gets cracked at the 16-yard line. That'll be a 2nd down and 9. But again, Scream, here's the replay that you were discussing right here.
As you see, if you can run it back one more time.
Yep,
Tim Patrick is open right over the. Tim Patrick's open over the middle. He's open. There's no if, and, or but about it. He was wide open over the middle. You can see it. The linebacker's not covering them. He has no depth.
Wow.
That strong safety drops. He has no depth. You have to look and say, oh, crap. He's wide open. Boom. And like right here, you take that. That should have been an interception, but that might be, wow. That's not a pick for Justin Simmons?
Nope, not a pick at all. And that's a great route combination, though, to have T. Higgins go on the streak. The flood play from gun tight, offset tight end. Hey, if y'all need y'all playbook work, I'm telling y'all I know what I'm talking about. I played this game too much to not know. I'm so sorry. But great play call. He has the corner route open once again, doesn't take it, goes to the other corner, and does get the pass to Odell Beckham Jr. in front of a defender for a 1st down in the red zone. Man.
Now what I would have done there, he had Devontae Adams wide open. Actually, that was T. Higgins. I apologize. It was a touchdown for T. Higgins, but it looked like Shoto had a tunnel vision to Odell on that pass.
That's a beautiful pass there indeed. He keeps the 2 feet in bounds. 1st and goal here now at the 7-yard line with 36 seconds left. And once again, Shoto is showing out here today in this first half.
Stick play.
Yeah.
I would think stick play right here.
Big stop.
And he gets a sack.
Big stop.
Randy Gregory, that big addition and signing coming over. Usually we come out in that formation right there. You get the stick play. He went a different route with the option, and he went unblocked. Oh, my God. But I would think there, stick route because that slant on the outside combination with that flat route by the running back. If they're running zone, you usually go to the slant. If they're in man, you go to that flat route because they bump into each other.
Yes.
So it's going to be interesting now that it's 2nd and goal from the 19-yard line. You wonder if Shoto plays for the points or he plays to go up 21 skunk.
Well, I think at this point here, I think he's going to play it pretty smart here. And that is that should have been a pick. Lucy misses out on one right there. 3rd down and goal at the 19. That should have been an easy interception on this post route. Take a look at this one here. Wow.
Playing cover 4 right there, knowing he doesn't have that much field to work with is a perfect play call. You have your safeties right there in the middle of the field. You're going to have them drop down into that box and knock the pass out at any given moment unless you throw that pass very low and only allow your man to get the ball. That's not what happened, and now we're at 3rd and goal from the 19 still.
So here goes Carr again. Corner route. Adams right there, and that is easy money there. DA all day for a big-time touchdown.
It's very interesting because if we look back at the defense that was ran, it was a cover 3. Now, usually when you play match coverage and you don't tell your man to stay out, the post route by T. Higgins took the corner away from Devontae Adams. The rest of the defense played perfect cover 3, but because the user linebacker is there in a match coverage, the corner doesn't know to react to the outside. He just stays with his man. That's the downside to running match coverage and not going with a pass option.
And take a look at this here, though. He took Jackson right off him on that corner route. Look, he had him, and he took him off and tried to cover the middle. You'd rather give the middle up. You'd rather give the middle up.
Match coverage.
Yep.
That match coverage is what kills you.
Yep.
If you just play the middle and take that slant away, your corner is usually going to stay outside and not even allow this at all. But unfortunately, he did not. Match coverage didn't help him out there. Touchdown, Raiders.
So here comes Gordon. He does get a catch there. It's a 21 skunk so far in this game here. We are 3 points shy from, guess what? Nose wipe season. It's almost there already, and we are only at the half here. But Wilson back for the pass here on the 1st and 10. He will get the completion there to Okue Bunam, and he'll get down to the 42-yard line. So that'll give him a 2nd down and 5 here. Lucy still has time here, Scream. Lucy still has time.
We've seen bigger comebacks happen, unfortunately, in the Super Bowl to my Atlanta Falcons. You know, but and you know, even in games, I never forget against one of my favorite people, and you know, I'm actually in this division this year. We talked about it on Sunday. Greg. Greg has the Bills and AGS, and I have the Patriots. Back in the day, me and Greg were in this actual division. I believe it was like Madden 18 or 19. He had the Raiders, I had the Chargers. I was up 31-0. Greg came back and it was 31-31, and I think he won in overtime by a field goal. Man. One of the biggest chokes I've ever had in my life. I will never downplay it because it happened, but you have to be prepared at all times.
Indeed.
Oh, he launched it.
Oh, man, that was a big-time launch right there, but that's going to bring it to a 4th and 3, and obviously he's probably going to go ahead and go for a Hail Mary here. Just makes sense to go ahead and do it. Now look, Scream, we've talked earlier. These things have been working this year. These Hail Marys and bringing everybody to the middle. I don't think this one's going to work because he's not bringing everybody to the middle. If he brings people to the middle, that ball will get tipped in the air, and you'll have an opportunity for a tip catch. But he's not going to get anything. Oh, my goodness! Never mind! I just called it out! He gets a tip drill touchdown!
You know, I was going to say, could we run back the play before this when he went to Cortland Sutton last time? The mistake he made on the touchdown he should have had was he went for an aggressive catch and not a rat catch. This time he gets a tip drill ad catch and he gets a touchdown to put stuff on the board. Good way to go into the second half. I know he's got to be feeling like, woo, thank God I'm not going to get nose wiped right now.
Oh,
but it's still possible.
Wow.
That's all you can say. That is peak prime football. That's peak prime football, man.
Oh, my goodness. Like I said,
it's hilarious. You called it, though. You said the tip drill was going to be the thing, and then it happened.
I did not think that it was going to work with this particular play. But look, it does. It just goes in the air with no problem. No, man, look. Like I said, it works this year, folks. It works this year. The Raiders are going to start here in the 3rd quarter with the football. They're going to start at the 18-yard line. And, wow. Interesting first half here, man, as we get ready to start the 3rd quarter here, actually. It's a 21-7 game in the Madden Extreme League, man. Week 4 game of the week. And again, guys, thank you so much for being here. We appreciate y'all as Jacobs will get the tote here down to the 31-yard line. 7 total today for 20 yards and a score. And he gets a 1st down on the play. 1st and 10 now at the 31.
You know, I'm glad that Shoto did what I was going to call out for him to do this second half. He needs to come with some different run plays here. You've given him this gun look all game long and ran the inside zone or faked it or ran a bubble RPO play. You need to get in some different formations, show him some different looks. Show him you can still run the ball and do everything different like you're doing right now with another 1st down and a truck stick by Josh Jacobs for another 1st down. But you have to show him just a little bit different looks. Now, I'm saying that, and then he's still giving the same looks and giving him the same problem. So maybe I'm just wrong.
Well, you know what? You know, everybody doesn't have the football acumen that a Scream has. But nonetheless, I mean, he's still moving the football, so he's doing what works for him right now. And here's another 1st and 10 play here, ran by Jacobs, and once again, pounding that A button, but only gets about 2 on a play there. That's going to bring it down to a 2nd and 8. One thing that a lot of people don't realize, I don't think a lot of people realize, when you get that animation when you have to pound the A button, keep in mind, you can punch the football out while somebody is doing that. You could punch that out, and it works very well, guys. I don't know if you knew about that, Scream, but you could punch the football out during that. You can punch it out. You got to be careful with that.
It happened to me in an online game. It definitely does. It does work.
It definitely works there. But a 2nd down and 8 here as Carr comes under center here on the bunch. Hands it off here to Drake again there. And now Drake can't get anything on that play, so that'll keep it at a 3rd down and 8 coming up. Denver needs this stop right here, Scream.
Definitely does. Lucy has to make a big play here. He got that pick in the end zone earlier with Surtain, but didn't stay in the end zone, which caused that pick six. It should be a 14-7 game instead.
Yes.
But you have a chance to come, and it looks like he's sitting here in that cover 3 setup or cover 1. It looks like the seam will be open once again. It's been open all game. We'll see if Shoto can pay it any attention, and he goes back into a deeper non-show blitz look.
I don't like it, but here it is. And it is open, but he's going to try DA, and DA can't get big on him. And that's going to be a 4th down and 8. But Scream, put your coach hat on right here. You've seen some open things. I'm sure you did.
When you look at that play call, it was the right call simply because his X factor is on.
Yeah.
Nothing else is open. If you ran a post instead of a corner, you had the middle open in cover 3. You knew it was cover 3, so you ran the corner, but Lucy's catching on now. So now that he's catching on and you've been giving him corner routes on both sides of the field very, very often, whether the bench play action, fork wide corner, you have to start giving him more post routes, like a play action tight end leak. Get a post route to the inside to Odell. Make him think he's going outside. No, he's going inside.
Yeah.
Change it up. It's that little change is going to be the difference for Shoto's offense to maintain the momentum he already has and give this Raider team a win.
Indeed. And here comes Javonte Williams once again. He gets down to the 28-yard line. And I like to see him using Javonte a little bit more here, a little bit of ground and pound. But again, going back to what we talked about a second ago in regards to, those strip ball fumbles when you get into that particular animation. One thing you just want to make sure you do, those animations, you don't want to click A every single time. When you're coming down to situations where people are usering the tackle, because there's a lot of guys that'll click off. You know what I'm saying? They'll click off a tackle. There's a lot of situations that you actually just don't use it. If somebody is actually on the man, do not use it, because that's when you'll fumble the football. You really have to be careful in that situation if you want to continue to keep your running game being effective within the game. As we hit the play action pass here for Wilson, and Wilson has nobody open. Oh, never mind. I changed my tune as Dulwich gets that catch right there, and that's going to be a big 1st down on the play. What a play there by Lucy.
Great play call by Lucy, especially running the playmaker there to get Denzel Perryman out of position. One thing that I would like to see, like I said earlier, he had the ability to step up in the pocket and run that with Wilson, but instead he took the risk. The QB contain allows him to push outside the pocket, and he throws a dart on the run with that dashing dead-eye ability.
Man.
One of the key things why you trade for a Russell Wilson if you're the Denver Broncos.
Yes, indeed. Here's Cortland Sutton gets the tote here, and he gets down to the 29-yard line. That'll be about a 5-yard rush on the play there, so a 2nd down and 5 with just about 4 minutes left here, or just under 4 minutes left here in the 3rd quarter. Again, Denver with a solid drive here so far. If you have to take 3, you take your 3, but obviously he wants to gain 7 points here. As we're here now at a 2nd down and 5, stays in the gun set again. Wilson back, that edge is coming, almost got there, and a great break up there. That's a fantastic play on defense. We'll bring it now to a 3rd down. That's the way to come back on the defensive side, because I thought that was open for a moment.
Definitely is. He had the corner route open too. If he held A, it might have been a catch. Jamont, it's a really, really tight throw. The linebacker actually missed, but he knocks it out with the tackle as he missed the ball. He had the corner route on the outside open potentially to the wide receiver, was one-on-one, but he took a bigger risk. Hold A there to hold that ball, but a running back doesn't usually have the possession catch ability.
Exactly here, and there's Williams again, and this time he is stuffed, and I'm sure he's going to go ahead and take his field goal here with 3:36 left, and we talked about it earlier. Chandler Jones has been a monster. He's got 3 tackles on the day, also has a sack. He has had a monstrous day here for Shoto, and he holds them to only 3 points on this drive here, so it is now a 21-10 game here. And again, a lot of work needs to be done here by Lucy here in the 2nd half.
Definitely, it's still a 2-possession game with 11 points being the difference here, but you have a lot of time on the clock. The real key thing here now, Lucy has to continue this streak of defense he's been on since this quarter has started, forgive me. He's come out with a lot of different looks. He's not giving Shoto the same old defense he was doing in that 1st and 2nd quarter. He's coming out with a lot more heat. He's giving him some looks, and he goes right over the middle past the linebacker's head. The linebacker got caught sleeping. Nice precision pass there by Shoto.
Wow. That was absolutely a beautiful pass right here, just right over the defender. Beautiful dot right there to ODB. And here we go, 1st and 10 here now at the 48-yard line. And Carr coming out in here in the gun set, 3 wideouts. He's got his tight end there, hands it off here to Jacobs. Nice cut inside there by Jacobs, and he'll get the first down. Wow.
That might be the best hard cut I've seen
this year,
this entire Madden season.
Yes.
That might be the best hard cut I've seen. The vision to know to cut back off of a user linebacker who's moving too fast. And look at how he made him, like, that is just beautiful footwork, beautiful vision. That's true ball carrier vision by Shoto. And I know Jack Boys is watching like, damn, I got to guard this kind of cut.
Wow, 1st and 10 here at the 41-yard line. You talked about Jack Boys. We're going to bring something up in just a moment here in regards to Jack Boys here. I know some people may not have seen it just yet, but we're going to show it to him right after this play here. As Carr's back for the pass here on 1st and 10. He's going to try us up here again. And look how Tavon Austin will get that catch. Is that Tavon? I believe it is. And that's a big first down.
Not Tavon. That's actually Calvin Austin, the rookie from the Steelers.
Wow.
Going up and getting the ball.
Wow. That is Calvin Austin, the 3rd. And he's going to run this in and make it look easy and gets yet another big-time Raiders touchdown.
The play we ran there is called double drags, and it has one of the best fade-like streak routes in the game. A lot of people who love the gun sets. Me, I have maybe 20 gun sets in one formation. I just love that. One thing he just did, you motion the outside running back inside, and it might have been Eagles H slot. It may not have been, but you leave that drag route on the inside instead of the outside, and it leaves any corner or safety one-on-one. And that was Surtain that got mossed.
Yeah.
Let's understand. That was Surtain got mossed there.
Wow.
Calvin Austin is 5'8".
That was crazy.
Calvin Austin is 5'8". Surtain is 6'2".
That was utterly crazy right there on that play, man. But, man, 1st and 10 here now at the 25-yard line as he comes out now here on the strong set. And Wilson's going to be back for the pass here. Good blocking there. And that's a way to get back to the football there because that was an easy interception. And that'll bring it now to a 2nd down and 4. So we was talking earlier about this man, Jack Boys, as you can see here. Season 5, Season 6, Season 7. He won 3 straight Super Bowls. Season 8, Redmond took it from him. He went to 4 straight, but Redmond took it from him. Who will do it in Season 9 here? We will find out here in this season here as we go to a 2nd down and 4. As he comes out here, the pistol set here. He's going to hand it off to Williams. Williams straight up the middle, get the first down, keeps going, breaks 1 tackle. That's where that 94 gets into play, and he gets the big first down on the play. Great job there by Lucy.
I think Lucy could have had a touchdown if he didn't cut outside one more time. Right there, you broke that tackle. Veering outside is why you got caught. You stay in a straight line, you acceleration burst, and you just go past with the waters and you catch back up. You're playing from behind. You got a quarter left. We got 12 seconds left in this 3rd quarter. Going to one of the best plays in Madden over the recent years, the cross drag. That middle is open, but he's going to take it away. The drag is gone. Throw it out of bounds with Russell Wilson. 3 seconds left in the quarter.
Wow, so 2nd down and 10 here with 3 seconds left. And, man, this has been an interesting game here again. It's not of blowout proportion yet. Lucy still has a shot. As bad as he has played, he still has a shot. And I'm not even saying he played tremendously bad. He just made some crazy calls. He didn't throw a lot of picks or anything like that, but wow. I guess Okui Bunam got that one. We really couldn't see that one. I'm not even going to really replay it, but he is down at the 8-yard line as we finish the 3rd quarter, and that is in the books. Gentlemen, put your 4s in the chat. It is the 4th quarter. And it is that time right here. Again, big shout out to everybody here vibing with us as we get ready to get this 4th quarter in action here, 28-10. With my guys Scream in the building, I'm your boy Snypz. We appreciate y'all once again coming through and tuning in as it is that time to start this 4th quarter. And here we go. 1st and goal here at the 8-yard line. Gonna hand it off here. Melvin Gordon not getting too many totes here today. Actually, that's his first. He had a catch, I believe, earlier. Comes out in the no huddle, second down and goal now at the 10 as he loses yardage on the first try. And Wilson back for the pass here again. That defense came screaming inside, and that's going to be a big third down and goal coming up now.
The mistake Lucy made was blocking the running back. One thing you should not do this year in Madden, do not block your tight ends, do not block your running backs. You're better off with 5 guys out in the open, no matter how many people are coming to try to get you. As it happened there, Melvin Gordon read the wrong block assignment and it messed him up, and Chandler Jones just puts Russell Wilson on his back once again. It looks like we're not in Denver at all. We're in Seattle, just in a different universe.
You might be right in that regard, man, but he's going to go ahead and try this field goal here, and he'll make it. So we got a 28-13 game here now. But I'll tell you what, right now, the fact that he continues to veer to the right with Russell Wilson when you got Chandler Jones on that side, that is what is really killing him right now, Scream, in my opinion.
Yeah, you have to trust your offensive line. You had a lot of blocking there. The left side was not pressuring. There was only 4, maybe 3 people rushing. What are you rolling out for? Again, sit in the pocket. You do not have to make that move and rush because you have a running quarterback. That's going to kill you the rest of this game and potentially the rest of the season if your opponents are watching right now and realize, oh, let's just force him right and bring pressure from that right side. You haven't rolled out left once this entire game. Yes, I've been paying attention. These are things that smart users are going to pay attention to. Like, you have not rolled out left yet. So I don't want to send any heat from the left. I want to send it from the right.
Yes.
Instead of sending it from the left, you know he's going to run away to the right anyway. So if you send a blitzing slot corner from the right, you're going to make him make a bad pass that's going to go for a pick 6 potentially. These are things that you have to clean up. The season is young. Again, 0-0, you're going to be 0-1 this week. So what? Move on to next week with the knowing of what to do for the rest of your season. This is only the first game between these two guys. The next time you see Shoto, you got to realize he wants you to run out to the right. He wants you to run into Chandler Jones. Don't let him take advantage of you like that.
Exactly. I agree 100% with everything you just stated. That it makes total sense. And obviously, this is just game 1 of 2 against the Raiders. So Lucy still has opportunities to build this team up and continuing to do big things with this team here. Again, early in the season as Austin will get that catch. It's going to be a 3rd down and 1 here, but another great play call here. And again, I like what Shoto was doing throughout this ball game. He has a great play calling thus far in this game. It's just everything across the board for Shoto has been on the money on the offensive side. Lucy has not taken advantage of anything that was given to him on his side of the offense. It's been unfortunate as Jacobs gets another carry, and he will get another first down to continue to keep the chains moving here for the Las Vegas Raiders. But again, Lucy's just simply not taking advantage of every piece that's been given to him. He got an interception, didn't do anything out for that. That right there, I think personally, is what really killed him in this game. When he got that pick, that was huge. And I think now at this point, it's really going to eat at him now because he's got to get back into the flow of things. He's got other guys, he's got the guy with the Chargers, he's got Gin and Juice with the Chargers that he still has to deal with as well. He's got a lot of guys he has to deal with in this division, and it's going to be tough for him.
I think, like I said before, the defense he's coming out in, he has to change and adjust his defense. One thing he just did right now, he's choosing his defense before he sees the offense. A great defender, and again, this is just the game and how it goes. When you see the personnel, somebody's coming out in Madden, taking your time and taking that 12, 11 seconds to really come out and match their defense helps you along the way. And Kenyon Drake just got bowled out the air, but he hit the pylon, so how is it not a touchdown?
I don't know. I'm about to take a look at this replay here because that looked like a score to me. But actually, we're going to get right back to it because they are actually right back here at the 1-yard line. He wants to get in and get this score, I'm sure, really quick here. And he more than likely will get as he brings Monroe to the outside. He brings a blocker out of the equation, but it doesn't matter as Derek Carr will punch it in for another Raiders touchdown.
Very interesting to note. that Kenyon Drake run was just disrespectful. Watching it back, just disrespectful. Break a tackle on the edge, make another guy miss with an X tackle, just smoke the entire defense. He probably would have scored if he didn't dive, but you have to just look at that edge is set.
Wow.
The edge is set. Nothing more matters. Randy Gregory is really, really fast as a defensive end, but he's not a linebacker. He's a pass rusher. One thing I don't like that Madden does year to year, pass rushers get labeled outside linebackers. If you're a rusher and you're an end, you're an end. That's it. Michael Parsons is a linebacker. He can just do it all. That's a linebacker. But a Randy Gregory, a Matt Judon, a Chandler Jones, you guys are pass rushers. Put them on the line. Let them stand up sometimes. One thing I think Madden can do to make the game better as a whole is give the edge rusher position some love, especially in formation subs, especially with, you know, the rush right end, the rush left end. They can do a little bit tweaking to make it a little bit better, but I don't think making a pass rusher or OLB is always good, because it doesn't mean you have to run a 3-4 set. It doesn't mean you don't want to run 4-3, but do you want an outside linebacker in 4-3? No. So, you know, and in most leagues, you're not able to move superstar X-Factor players, so that leaves you with a conundrum. You know, you might have too many outside linebackers. Sure, you can change it on the depth chart, but that doesn't do that much. You're not able to put somebody else higher on the depth chart, and you're losing XP for them during training. You're getting them upset for their contracts and motivations. Trust me, I'm trying to look at the guys I re-signed in some test leagues, man. Look. The Patriots have Jabril Peppers. He's the second free safety behind Devin McCourty, and that man will not sign back unless you put him first on the depth chart and change your scheme. It's really insane. But I think the motivations was a good feature to add this year. It's going to set the standard for years to come in Madden.
I love the motivation. I love it. I love the motivations. I love the mentorships. I love everything that they have done in regards to that. It makes the game. It definitely makes the game different. And for us CFM guys that love to play CFM and understand CFM, you know what I mean? I love to build teams and everything else. It's a great addition to the game, simply because of the fact that, you know, you're not guaranteed to get players. You're not guaranteed.
Right.
You know, no matter what you do, no matter how much you may pay somebody, they may not be trying to hear coming back to your losing organization. No matter how much, but if you've been losing a lot, you're going to deal with a player that simply will not come back. It doesn't matter how much money you give him. You can give him the world, and he will not sign with you. It just won't happen. I've seen it a few times in a few leagues already. And I love that addition, man, because it prevents other users from getting powerhouse teams and OP squads. It really does. We see another big sack right here, 3rd down and 17, as we hit the 2-minute warning. But again, this is, you know, obviously this game is over, so we're talking a little bit about Madden and everything, because Lucy, unfortunately, is not going to be able to get to this game. But what I will go over real quick, we're going to go over a few of the scores that we have within the league so far. The Packers get a big win here in Week 4, 49-35 over the Patriots. For those that may not know, too, Scream actually has the Patriots in his league, so I'm very intrigued to see what he's going to be able to do with the Patriots in his league, in the AGS league.
Can I spoil something about that team?
You sure can.
So we just got through our free agency period. Odell Beckham is a Patriot, and this is going to go on YouTube eventually on my YouTube channel at Nice Cream TV.
Yes.
I'm going to be rebuilding the Patriots as a YouTube thing for the AGS League. I actually just made a very big trade with the Seahawks. We traded Jonnu Smith, a 1st-round pick and a 3rd-round pick, and Jamal Adams will become our starting strong safety.
Wow.
So just adding another switchblade to the defense to make sure we can take care of Miami and Buffalo. You know, Mr. Mack don't got the best arm, and, you know, we need another receiver out there with Taquan and Devontae Parker and Kendrick Bourne, but we didn't need 2 tight ends. I don't like really running 2 tight end sets. The Seahawks usually needed a tight end because he traded Noah Fant away to Trent, of all people. Don't know why he would ever do that, but he said Jamal Adams is out for sale. Ty Lockett was for sale. I said, you know what? I'll trade Jonnu. He's fast. I don't need him. He would have been a fullback for me. So Jamal Adams out there with Devin McCourty, Adrian Phillips, Kyle Duggar, Jabril Peppers. We got some DBs out there in New England, man, and everybody want to win a championship. So people are. I haven't played competitively in 2 years, and people are saying, "Oh, Scream in your division? Oh, it might be tough, man." But we'll see.
But
I ain't gonna hype myself,
but
but we
you know
will see.
what? You're adding great pieces, and that's a great start already, and the season hasn't started yet. So that's a great addition that you bought in, man. I mean, you're bringing in Adams to pair up with Peppers. And, I mean, at the end of the day, as Simmons gets to – a big interception right there. And that'll pretty much do it here for this one, though, nonetheless. He does get a pick, but, again – oh, wow. Still dancing.
He hit him with the moves. Juke shoes?
Yeah, he was making some juke moves there for a moment, man. But that's, nonetheless, it's too little too late, unfortunately, as he will end up being 1-3 here in this one. But, again, and you know what? We'll talk a little bit about some of the scores here shortly once we get to to the end of the game here. But obviously he's going to throw a couple more routes here, and that is going to be incomplete with 12 seconds left here. But obviously, so the Raiders, they get a big win here today. They're going to be squaring off in week 5. They're going to be going to square off against the Chiefs. So none other than that man we talked about earlier, Jack Boys. There's another interception right here. Perryman will get that one. That's a great way to end here for the Raiders and Shoto. So it's going to be a Shoto and Jack Boys convention in week 5 here, Screen. What do you think about that particular game?
Jack Boy said it earlier that Shoto's the only guy he hasn't seen play or played against just yet. Very interesting matchup as Shoto will move on to 2-2 on the season, 3rd place in the division. Jack Boys is currently 4-0, so he'll be riding that undefeated streak to see can he stay and go 5-0 in the league. So I think it's going to be probably another game of the week like matchup. It's going to be interesting to see what Jack Boys can do to stop that high-powered offense that Shoto brings. But it also is going to be seeing the defense that we saw from Shoto today versus these Broncos. What would Jack Boys do to prevent Chandler Jones from wreaking havoc? What would he do to prevent those linebackers over the middle from taking passes out the air? So I think that's going to be one of the best matchups of the season. Even though we're probably not calling that game, I definitely will be on the lookout to watch that game and see how hard these two go.
Oh, I'm definitely trying to watch that game.
This is one of these matchups where, like, they're two good users. Those are two good teams. And what tends to happen, they play 3 times a year because they play in the playoffs. Could we be seeing a playoff matchup in the future happening next week?
That could.
You never know.
Yeah, that could very well be the case, man. I mean, there's at the end of the day, man, there's a lot of intriguing situations in this league, man. That, again, it is so early. Again, I'm sitting here like, look, the Broncos are 1-3 now. They don't have the easiest schedule, and I know this is season 1. I totally get that. I believe next week he has to go on and square off against the Colts.
He does.
So him. I mean, he's gonna have a little bit of it, because I've seen Kirkey's play before too. Kirkey's is not a bad player. He can't sleep on that guy. But Kirkey's right now, he's struggling too. He's 1-3. Okay, he's 1-3. So a little bit of a struggle with that squad as well.
Looking at the Colts defense, he's 18th in points, 14th in yards, 6th in passing yards with 580. But the offense is kind of on the lower side with only 300 rushing yards. And how do you have 300 rushing yards with the best running back in the game?
Best running back in the game.
That is very interesting to note that he doesn't have a good rush game with Jonathan Taylor, and one of the better offensive lines in the game too. Yeah,
that's very interesting to me. When I saw those, I watched those stats earlier today, and when I saw that, I'm like, wait a minute. One of probably the top 2 to 3 as far as offensive lines in the game, and the best running back in the game. He is a beast. Taylor is a complete beast in this game. Like, if I had Taylor, I would run the ball 90% of the time. That's how good this man is.
Quentin Nelson is a pancake machine, man. Like, why even ask questions at that point? Quentin Nelson is crazy. Braden Smith is crazy. Ryan Kelly's still up there chucking and going good. I definitely would say run the ball if you're the Colts. Run the ball. Just run the ball.
I'm telling you, man. I'll tell you what. And actually, I'm getting some word here. You know what? Let's find out on stream here real quick. When are you guys planning to play this Raiders-Chargers game? I need to know on stream. When are you guys planning on doing the Raiders-Chargers game? Let me know.
Or was it Chiefs Raiders? Was it Chiefs Raiders?
No. The Raiders-Chargers game. That game is actually. Let me see when's the next time that they play. Hold on. Let me take a look here. I gotta see when that is here, so we can.
Tomorrow or Thursday.
They're trying to do that.
If they can do tomorrow, that actually works. We haven't started AGS just yet.
Okay, I will have to see.
Depends on the schedule. Right?
Yeah. I would have to see what time I'd be able to do that, because I do have my podcast tomorrow, and I do have one or possibly, and actually, yeah, I will have two games tomorrow. So I got to see what the time will be as far as that's concerned. So we'll see what happens in regards to that. We'll talk more about that, Lucy. We'll talk a little bit more about that off air. But real quick, I just wanted to go through just some of the scores that happened in the league. We talked about it earlier, Scream. I think we stopped at the Patriots, and then we had talked about your Patriots on the from the AGS side. But the Dolphins actually got a 3-point win, 38-35 over the Bengals here in week 4. Another close battle as the Colts lose by 2, 31-29 against the Titans. He lost by 2.
That's kind of crazy.
Yeah,
and it's funny because looking at these scores, the Chargers got a big win over the Texans here, 30-20.
Yep.
And the Texans being 3-1, that's their first loss on the season. So interesting to see them lead their division and lead the way, and that the Colts on the bottom is. You don't expect that at all, especially with the Texans' bare bones roster, but he probably made a lot of moves.
Yeah.
I haven't looked at the roster just yet to know what moves he did and did not make. And then it's interesting to see the Bears get their first win of the season with a blowout over the Giants 53-21.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that was impressive. Obviously, Jack Boy's getting it done with his Chiefs as well too. 31-6, got a big win there. Also, the Bills taking a 4-point loss against the Ravens, 35-31. And then also the Lions with a smokeout victory against the Seahawks, 59-28. So those are a couple of the games.
I'm pretty sure Jameson, and that's funny because Jameson versus what's his name, Trayvon Woolen, or Tariq Woolen. That matchup is crazy. They're the same speed, but he probably smoked them and got a couple yards off of them. So that's interesting.
That might have been the case, and I'll tell you what, because Seattle, they have they have Warren Moon pass the football, but he threw 8 interceptions in this game. You're never going to win a game throwing 8 interceptions.
The Lions having Jordan Love and then Jameson Williams going for 5 receptions, 102 yards, man. You got to find a way to stop that man.
Yep.
And then Calvin Johnson's back over there too, so you got a lot of dudes to guard. One thing about the Lions that I like this, man, and people don't really talk about it enough, TJ Hawkinson is definitely a top 5 tight end, and he does not get the respect he deserves at all.
Yeah, I do agree.
TJ Hawkinson he's different, and oh boy, okay?
Yeah, I agree. I agree 100%, man. So there's a couple games that I'm very intrigued with. I'm intrigued with the Cleveland Browns Atlanta Falcons game. I don't think they've played that game yet. Maybe they did. I'm not sure. But I'm very intrigued with that game. Both of those teams are sitting currently at 2-1. Falcons looking to make some noise, man. I know you, as a Falcons fan, I had to mention it. I had to mention them as a Falcons fan. As you as a Falcons fan, I had to mention them to you. We'll see if they make some noise. But that's one game that for the rest of this week that I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what's going to happen with that one. But we're going to talk more, man. We're going to talk more. We might have another game to do tomorrow. We'll see. Again, I got to talk to Lucy and see what we could possibly work out. We'll see what happens in that regard. But, man, Scream, again, it has been an honor, my brother. It has been an honor.
Thank you guys for having me as always, man. Look, I'm just getting back into the field for commentary. The Browns did just mention, Browns NL, I'm sorry. I don't know if he's the Falcons or the Browns, ironically, but he did win that game 24-21. I believe Browns is the Falcons user.
Yeah, Browns is the Falcons, yes.
So,
yes.
So, you know, big shout out to you for your victory. You're doing my boys justice, and I love that for you. But like I said, man, I'm just getting back into the field for things and just having a good time, man. So thank you guys for always having me.
Indeed, man. So with that being said, it's your boy Snypz. We appreciate y'all tuning in. Once again, the final count in this game of the weekend today. Shoto 35, Lucy 13. Tough loss here for Lucy today, but it's still early in the season, Lucy. Keep the head up, get the game right. You get back into this thing, man. But with that being said, it's your boy Snypz. And for my boy Scream, we are out of here. We will catch you guys in the next one, y'all. We are gone. Slide, folks.
Piece of head grease.